Welcome back to the video. In today's video, I'm going to be playing City Skylines. And in today's video, I'm going to be building up a city. And so, this city got us from 12,000 to 18,000. So that is, with quick maths, 12 and 6,000 people about. Well, a little bit more than that. Which allowed us to get the crematoriums, which allowed us to get rid of our death problem, and allowed me to get rid of our secondary cemeteries. And so, well, that basically sums that up. These cemeteries were honestly being quite annoying because they would constantly get full and then I'd be relying on one and then all of them would be flowing into one and then everything just kept getting filled. So finally we can get rid of some of the dead bodies and not have a whole ton of them. But so basically the crematoriums will just be able to deal with all of the dead bodies that really just come in and be able to dispose of them without needing to have them sit. So if we need to empty a cemetery from now on, we won't ever need to really deal with the hassle of needing to place down multiple cemeteries. We only will need to have at least two. Oh my god, my cat is being a cat and jumping all over stuff. He's one weirdo. But so, that's besides the point. But so basically I started out with just building the outline around where I'm going to have the city, which I mean, it's really more so a mini city, because I have a high-rise bin on the zone that I will end up be putting in. And so basically what I'm doing for the design is that I have the suburbs, and then a high-rise bin area, so an in-between suburbs and skyscrapers and normal full-on city. And then I have the normal full-on city of skyscrapers, and so it's basically going to be the in-between, where it's high density, but it's not quite skyscraper high density. It has the high-rise bin, which basically just gets rid of its last level, so it doesn't get all the way up super high. So, that basically just allows it to get the realistic element of, basically gradually going up, which is how cities in real life are, where they will gradually go from, say, the suburbs all the way up to the skyscrapers, and it will gradually go up. And so basically that is how cities end up working on in real life. So I mean, it's realistic, which I'm not trying to go ultra realistic with this city, but I'm trying to go decently realistic and still be functional inside of City Skylines. But really, that's more or less what I'm going for with this city. But like I said, this came in with a whole ton of extra people, but basically this area I'm making, made entirely residential, except for the main road, which I made commercial. And the commercial is kind of just there just to absorb noise, because, well, residents don't really like too much noise, and then that's kind of just the theme that I've had along all of the main roads. I've had commercial, whatever it's called. But, well, the city, basically, the reason why I chose right along here is because of the water giving it the land value boost, especially for the homes right along the water. And also, this is basically the only space that I really had without needing to go over the water or on the other side of the viaduct, or buying another tile, which we will need to end up buying another tile soon probably, or we'll expand to the other side. But on this map there's only one outside train connection, and that is in the next tile, which is mostly why I expanded out this way, which I mean we were kind of forced because we need that outside train connection, especially early on. Otherwise, then, well, we're kind of stuck with, well, only airports and ships being able to import stuff. And I don't really want that again, like in the last city, where we're stuck with just planes and ships to import stuff, which that gave us too many ships coming in. But so, I mean, it's okay, but I mean, it's not excellent. And so, while there may be another place that already has tracks built onto the map, it's on the other side of the map, but it doesn't have an outside connection, just some tracks next to a abandoned building. Which, I mean, this is the same exact thing, but it has an outside connection, so I mean, it's nice. And basically required to end up building out here, especially early on transportation to get more people into the city without needing to travel by car to get into the park, or well, the city, someplace. And so right here I just expanded the river, so this way there wasn't a chance of it overflowing, and also just looked bad when it was all squished up together, especially with how the river went from pretty big right there and then to near non-existent right in that like little spot, that small area. So basically right there, I just keep an eye out for when the cemeteries became able to be reopened, and then from the city I went to adding in some more low density residential right along the highway because it fit now that we finally had put in our high-rise band high density residential right across, and so it fit to have it going along the highway. Not like before, where I don't think it would have looked nice, but so I decided in the end to have it to where the line of tiles right along the highway were open, so basically no one's backyard was going into a highway, and then no one could really just be sitting on highway. People's front yards looked right out to a highway, and well, I mean, you shouldn't get too close to that. But really, in the end, that's kind of what it ended up being, and to get the 18,000, I put in a whole lot of stuff just to quickly add that in and be able to get that 18,000. So basically I just placed down a whole ton of crematoriums to fill out all of the cemeteries, like I said at the very beginning of this episode. But so I believe that that's all I have to say about this speed build. At the end here I basically just expanded our services, but that's all I have to say for this build. And so if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!